Matt Stepp, Dave Campbell's Texas football back here at the Texas High School Coaches Association Convention in Houston, Texas. Here in the beautiful, built with chocolate milk Coaches Lounge, we are joined by the head coach of the Fredericksburg Battling Billies, Coach Lance Moffett. Coach, appreciate you taking a few minutes to chat with us.
You bet. Glad to be here.
What do you think of the digs? They got
it's awesome.
Setup
no,
here,
it's
right?
a great deal. Yeah, this is a great setup. Y'all do it up right for sure.
We try to convince coaches to come by and hang out with us. And before I get started, I want to ask you, throw you a little curveball here about nutrition.
Okay.
Okay. We were in the Built by Chocolate Milk Coaches Lounge, and Dairy Max is one of our partners, and they do a great job with giving everybody information about nutrition. How important is it for nutrition to fuel your athletes and specifically with chocolate milk?
It's huge. My defense coordinator, strength and conditioning coordinator, Bill Wilder, for years, the 9 years we've been in Fredericksburg, we try to get our kids to drink chocolate milk after every workout. So yeah, I mean, it's a big deal. It's funny. I went to a seminar on it, and that's what they talked about, how chocolate milk is such a good replenisher and the right sugars and all that stuff. So, and we all pay attention to it. We've got our food service that brings breakfast down to our kids after practice.
Really?
We practice in the morning.
Okay.
We instituted that a couple of years ago because we saw that our kids weren't making the gains in the weight room that they needed to, or they weren't progressing like we needed them to, and so we figured nutrition would help, and it certainly made a huge impact.
And I'd imagine from a nutritional standpoint, after practicing in the morning,
yeah,
if trying to go into class and learn, if you're hungry and your body's not fueled, you're not going to be ready to go. And so it's like that in athletics and academics.
It's an academic and an athletic deal as well, because that gets them geared up for class, and you got to change people's mindsets, right? Because most teachers, schools don't let you have food in the classroom and that kind of thing, but we've had a great administration support us on that and understand the nutrition for kids. And it's not just for athletes, for all kids. And we, our business office worked with us, and food service set it up, and something as simple as chocolate milk. They get some form of milk, chocolate milk, some sort of fruit juice, a piece of fruit, some kind of protein, and something every day, and it's relatively cheap for the food nutrition. So
it makes a difference.
It's a good deal. It makes a huge difference.
And then I guess when you get those kids after school, they're ready to go, aren't they?
Ready to go after school, yeah. No, we try to get them to eat all day, and we try to encourage them to carry around a 32-ounce jug of water all day, so they're hydrating the whole time. So yeah, it's extremely important. I mean, injuries, all that stuff.
Now, looking ahead to 2019 and the Billies, your district is tough.
Yeah.
There's no easy games.
No.
It's always a grind.
No.
And I know you guys feel like you guys can go toe-to-toe and compete. Looking ahead to 2019, how do you kind of shake out your district opponents and kind of what Billy fans are going to see on Friday nights when their opponents take the field?
Yeah, certainly. The opponents, you mentioned it top to bottom. It's not an easy night at all. The defending state finalist, Liberty Hill, best team I've ever seen them have last year. Just as good as they could be at every position. Skill-wise, they were unbelievable, fast, and Coach Walker does a great job with them. So certainly they're going to compete for the championship. And then Lampasas has got a whole group coming back.
They have some good-looking kids.
Golly, the Ace Whitehead, the quarterback kid is amazing. He's a junior. Gosh, he seems like he's been there forever, and he's only a junior.
Yeah. You're ready for him to graduate, right?
Yeah, I'm ready for him to get gone. He's like that Hodo kid from Bernie. I told him after the game last year, I said, man, you're 37 years old. You need to get out of here. So, but yeah, no, you have nightmares of that guy. All their skill kids are back. Most of their linemen are back. I expect them to compete for that spot with Liberty Hill. And then, after that, you got Canyon Lake, Burnett, us, Taylor. And I think all of us can compete for that spot. We go into game 10 last year. We lose to Lampasas by 2 points. If we win, we're second place. We lose, we're tied for third. We're out on playoff on tiebreakers. And it was that way with every team. And so it's all of us were right there at the end. So it's a very competitive district. It's great coaches that do a great job with their programs, and obviously Liberty Hill runs the slot T. Canyon Lake runs it as good as anybody as well. And so they do the things they need to do with their kids, and it's a very competitive district. Certainly the most competitive district we've been in the 9 years that I've been there.
Now, so we talked about your opponents. Let's talk about the Billies a little
bit.
What kind of team you guys going to have? What do you feel like the strengths of your ball club are going to be?
Yeah, I think the biggest strength is going to be leadership and returning starters. I think we have 9 kids that started at least one game, if not multiple, coming back on defense last year. And we've got 5 to 7 on offense that started at different times. And so I think leadership and experience are our biggest allies. We've got 5 or plus seniors, which at our division, at least in the programs I've been in, if you have over 25 seniors, then you've got a pretty good group of seniors. And then we have a pretty good leadership group. We have a leadership council that, is really committed to what we're doing this year. Certainly we've got some good I think if I'm picking what our strength is, our linemen are really good. 4 of 5 on offense coming back, and 3 of 4 on defense.
So if you're good up front, that's a great starting point.
So we ought to have a pretty good nucleus to be good up front, and then we've got some pretty good skill kids to go with it. Tucker Elliott will be our quarterback probably. He's a senior who's kind of bided his time at quarterback. He was a backup last year, but he played every snap on defense, was our team leader on defense, highest production, most interceptions, all that kind of stuff. And so he's going to move over to play offense and quarterback. And he's a 4-sport or 3-sport athlete. He was defensive MVP in basketball. He was a third baseman in baseball. So he's a very athletic kid and just likes to win and can get after it. So looking for good things from him. And then we have two skill kids named Beard that one of them's going to be a senior. He'll play just about every position we need. And then his younger brother is going to be a sophomore and played a little bit of corner for us as a freshman. And they're both extremely talented football players. They come from a football family, and they're gonna hopefully do a good job for us. So got a lot of good kids coming back. We had a kid that's really getting heavily recruited. He's 6'6", Jack Gallagher, 6'6", 240. He's kind of skinny for 6'6", but he's filling out and he's getting some attention from the colleges now. So he's kind of the recruitable guy on the line, but we've got several other kids that are, coming back and pretty good. Christian Avalez was a D lineman that played offensive line. We're going to move him to tight end a little bit and see if we can do some things with him. So.
Okay. Now you mentioned, the administrative support with the nutritional effort. And I imagine that support comes in other forms as well. And I imagine Fredericksburg. Can you describe what Fredericksburg is like on a Friday night?
It's crazy. I was just telling one of your associates here. It's crazy. We're selling season tickets right now, and our entire stadium is A through G sections. A and G are general admission. B through F are season tickets, reserve tickets. You can't sit there if you don't have a ticket. And our stadium was built in 1964, and there are people who had tickets prior to the stadium being built in the old stadium. So it's certainly a great atmosphere. It's one of my favorite things. You walk out of the field house as you're coming out, getting ready to go through the tunnel and go, and it's completely full. It's normally standing room only on the home side.
A lot of red, huh?
We certainly, if we're not as good late in the season, then deer season kind of takes precedence, right? But and that's kind of the old timers deal is that Coach, we're not sure about we want to go to the playoffs or not because we got deer season coming. So, but they certainly expect us to be competitive and they support us.
I bet a deep playoff run would change their minds.
It certainly would. In 2013 we won 10 games and they got real excited about us doing well in football. We've been kind of mediocre since then, but they certainly like us to compete, and it's a great atmosphere. The town, the school board is unbelievable. They support us in everything we do, and our athletic program is pretty salty in terms of
across the board, right?
Across the board. Yeah. We got a state team tennis title this year. We advanced deep in all the playoffs. We try to get in that Lone Star Cup thing, and so
there you go.
Disappointed last year football we didn't contribute. So we're hungry and we want to help contribute to that cause in our program and get everybody excited about it. And as y'all know, everything starts with football in Texas, right? That's why we're here, right?
It sets the tone.
When you have a great season, it sets the tone for a great school year, and that's academically and discipline-wise and everything. So,
all right, before we let you go,
Coach, you bet.
We're going to have you spin the Dick's Sporting Goods Wheel of Questions.
Awesome.
I want you to give this thing a whirl and answer it truthfully and honestly.
Okay.
Like Wheel of Fortune over here.
Okay. Holy cow.
All right. That's a good one. We haven't had this one yet. All right.
Yeah.
What's your go-to favorite vacation spot, the go-to spot for the family?
For the family, somewhere tropical. My son and daughter both love to go to the beach and do water sports, and my wife's a flight attendant, so we're blessed. We get to travel quite a bit. So,
there you go.
There you go. Probably last summer we went to Costa Rica, and it was probably over the top.
I've always wanted to go to Costa Rica.
It's unbelievable. Rainforest in the mountains and coastal
country,
on the coast. It's unbelievable. It's beautiful.
I've been to Jamaica, and I like Jamaica a lot.
We've been there. We went to Dominican Republic several years ago, so we like the beach for
there
sure.
You go. Okay.
So.
There he is, Lance Moffett, head coach of the Fredericksburg Billies. Appreciate you taking some time to chat with us.
Thank you. You bet.